Hey, welcome back. This is Dr. Dale Ellwein. Today we're going to be covering one of the most important organs in the body. It's called the cerebellum. And the cerebellum is actually part of your brain. It's about 1/10 the size of your brain. It sits right back here. But the interesting thing about the cerebellum is if you take all the nerve bodies in the whole entire body, it's only one half of all the nerves in your whole body are in the cerebellum. Meaning more than your brain, more than your spinal cord, more than your whole organ system. One half of all the nerves are contained in your cerebellum. And what's amazing is the nerves all connect, and they basically connect together. And these connections are called synapses. And out of every cell in the cerebellum, there's over 250,000 synapses. Some have as much as 500,000 synapses. And as far as nerves going into the cerebellum, there's 40 nerves going into the cerebellum to one going out. In other words, it takes a lot of information to charge up the cerebellum in order for it to do all of its important things, which is balance out your emotions, balance out your nervous system, keep you out of fight or flight, and keep you balanced as far as your health and healing systems. It allows you to concentrate, to focus, all of these really key things, and it's all because of your cerebellum. See, early on, we used to believe, in fact, we were taught in school that the cerebellum was just about fine motor movement and balance. Well, it turns out that it does so much more than that. So many key things. But the thing is some people say that the cerebellum is what runs the brain. But what runs the cerebellum? What charges it up? Well, it turns out that it's motion and proprioception. We talked about proprioception last time. It's about where you are in space. And then it's mechanoreception, which is motion. And mechanoreception is the nerves in your spine and your nervous system that are in charge of sending signals up to your brain, showing your brain that you're moving. And that whole charge, that whole energy runs up into the cerebellum so that it can do its work. And the challenge is that the spine can get subluxated and get scarred up and gummed up and not move as well. And the proprioceptive information get gummed up as well and not work as well. And it doesn't give the cerebellum the charge necessary to balance out your brain and keep you in a state of health and healing. So that's why it's so important to get checked regularly to make sure that your spine is moving, because most of the nervous system input into the cerebellum comes through the spine and comes through the motion of the spine, the proprioceptive mechanisms in the spine and the nervous system in there, so that you can be as balanced and healthy and ready to go as possible. So this is Dr. Dale Ellwein. Thank you for listening to me about the cerebellum. If this is of value to you, please share it with other people, and I look forward to seeing you next week.